Hey, guess what? There was an update. Well, not really.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Celebrity Style Magazine, the YouTube channel, and the future home of 𝐸LiveryStyleMagazine.com.
The place of entertainment, current events, and the latest celebrity tea. Whether it's your favorite actor or actress, or your most admired hip hop artist, we will delve into the buffoonery of these here celebrities. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not aware, there apparently was an update of sorts. Well, not really, to this so-called bishop's case. And before I continue on, again, if you hear some type of noise in the background, yes, that's the AC running yet again. Even though this is still beginning of September, it's still, we're still suffering through some humidities and I won't say mugginess, but for me, I don't like the humidity. It's too hot, so of course your girl has to be comfortable. Well, moving on. Yes, again, when I see this guy, when I hear this guy, I don't know about y'all, but it's just pure disgust to me. Just disgusting. And what I mean by disgusting is of course he put up another Instagram video. I don't know if it was live or not. I definitely don't follow this dude on Instagram, but thanks to some of you lovely other content creators here on YouTube, you'll be posting this stuff. So of course I went on his Instagram, and he, as I said, he wanted to give us a month update. Well, not really. This is mostly him just being pissed off with pretty much us, the general public, the bloggers and the vloggers like myself and some of you guys here in YouTube, and most importantly, the media. So let's dive into this. I will try not to make this video very long because, as I said, I literally had to struggle and listen to this man's bullshit, pardon my French, yet again. Okay, as usual, the bishop, and I have to again struggle to say that word, the so-called bishop starts off with one of his prayers, his lame prayers. Whatever, he has to start off some way, somehow, right? Okay, he starts off with this prayer, and then he goes into his sob story. The first one being him reflecting on the 1 month anniversary. No, I guess this really isn't a laughing matter, of his church being robbed, and how people do not have any respect for him and his church. No, people have respect for the church, but at this stage, they can't stand him. Nope. No one likes the bishop. Now, maybe his close supporters, whoever that is. But yes, let's just say, folks, this man is not happy. He's not happy, nor is he having it. So in the beginning of this treacherous Instagram post he put up on his Instagram, he does a lot of reflecting, and I mean a lot of reflecting, and one of them being is how mean people are. He just can't believe how insensitive, mean, and cruel. I'm paraphrasing because obviously he was quite upset that no one has no respect for his church or him. Now, as I said, people out there have respect for the church, but at this point, the way this man has been carrying on for the past month, I don't think people have much respect for him. And as he reflects on this whole traumatizing experience, okay, which, you know, I have a hard time believing that he's traumatized because, as I said before, I think this man is just milking it for what it is. Now, the people who should be traumatized are the folks in his church, okay? Another point, let's see my notes here. He feels people have, he basically said that he's sad that people have, again, the meanness, they have no respect, they're calling him names, they're calling his names, the bling bling bishop and all that other good stuff. Then he claims that his children, now I don't know how many children this man has, he just keeps stressing on the 8-month-old, but he claims that the children are being bullied. Now, of course, children should not be bullied at all. That's not cool, folks. A quick word on that. If this, unfortunately, if this is true and his children are still continually being bullied, then he may have to make some hard decisions and probably looking at not private school, homeschool, something, another alternative. They also claim that they're making fun of. They're pretty much saying that, his children, his father should be arrested or he should be in jail. Again, you shouldn't be telling that to children. Should he be arrested? Well, if he committed a crime and there has been some type of evidence that, or there's a word, I just say it like this, there is a word that he may be getting arrested. All sorts of stuff. And he basically doesn't like the whole notion of him being called a fake pastor. No. Again, at this point, the way he's been behaving, he is coming off like a fake pastor. I mean, come on now. I'll say this. Yes, you have the right to wear what you want, but it's the actions. I don't think a real man of God would act like this or behave like this at all, because you're hopping from platform to platform, sir. Just wanting to be seen. And to segue into this, he's really upset. Okay, he is really upset that other pastors have not reached out to him. Why would other pastors reach out to him? His conduct is very unbecoming. His conduct is very suspect. Okay? His conduct is giving off, I'm not too sure about this guy. We may want to steer clear from him. These other pastors that see him, they probably were told or maybe know something about this guy that's not savory. Okay? Because, now this is the part that I thought was a bit of a head scratcher. He says that, well, not this part, the streets, okay? The streets has his back. The streets have been supportive. And especially, you're going to love this, lawyers and doctors have been showing him support. Again, No, you can't make this up. This is what this man is claiming. Then he gets into a little bit on the progress of his case. Let's just say that he gave little or nothing at all, basically saying that the three armed gentlemen, which again, were these gentlemen really armed, have not been found. There's no real updates, and he's offering reward on their apprehension. Now, if you watch my other video on what 𝐾𝐨𝐽 said, if you caught that, I'll give you a little bit on that there. Like what he said, I do not think there is going to be any apprehension. You're not going to find these men. For all we know, the car, the Mercedes, that was probably a stolen vehicle. And those men, they're probably out. They're probably still in the state. They're probably still in NYC, hiding in plain sight. So, he just have to call his things, his losing his jewelry and all the other possessions stolen, him and his wife, as a loss. All right. And he keeps stressing his church. Correction, so-called bishop, you are renting out an event center. Okay, you're renting out an event center. You don't even take the time to get a church building for the people you said that we don't have a respect for, when it's actually you that can't even get them a simple building and worship in. And then he dabbled a little bit about the woman, what so-called victim that he stole the money from. Okay, he gets into that, but this was the real kicker, folks. The media. That's the kicker. The media is lying on him. They are lying on him about everything. Everything that they found out, that they did their own diligent research on. Well, he's claiming it's not true. He claims it's not true. The biggest factor was on his incarceration that he did a 6-year stint on. I'm gonna do this very briefly, just focus on this part very briefly. Can someone please explain to me what an illegal arrest and incarceration is? An illegal arrest, incarceration. Yeah, I had to say that twice because I never heard of that. Okay, he's claiming, because, and you're gonna love this, evidence was hidden from his attorneys, and they did illegal and forged search warrants. Now, if there's any legalese, if I said that correctly, who's watching this video, please explain in the comments what all of this is about. As far as, let's say, take for example search warrants, I don't know how that's illegal. I also don't think that any type of evidence could be kept from your attorneys. But the one that's really killing me is the whole illegal incarceration. I don't think there's any way, shape, or form, and that stuff can be legal, because if in a court of law they have to present that evidence, I guess it's called, if I'm correct, no, if not, you guys can correct it below in the comments. Discovery, all of that has to be put forth in a court. If not, they probably do, I'm assuming, some type of extension or a time limit on presenting forth such evidence. Anywho, the whole thing is just crazy and stupid. Again, if anyone knows or familiar with any of this legal jargon, please pop it down below in the comments, and let's move forward with this. He's also saying that the media is lying on his let's see, his properties. Okay, he has no properties. That's in default. And wow, I write some crazy notes. My hands all chicken scratch. I'm sorry, forgive me, folks. But something about properties in default, he's saying, claim that's not true. He said he's been doing this for a minute now, and he don't know where all this information is coming from about any type of him not owning anything. Well, according to the the viral video that he was on with Larry Reed, he claims to own a block, but the word on the street is someone who used to be part of his church, that they're not familiar with any type of him owning anything on that block. Again, moving forward, well, before I move forward, and as far as his church members are concerned, some people are leaving, some people aren't coming back because, again, correct me if I'm wrong, they're scared to come back because they don't necessarily trust him. They don't necessarily trust him per se. I mean, so far, this so-called bishop has been proven to be, how should I say, less forthright with his when it comes to his dealings. Let's put it out there. But his main anger and frustration, or should I say frustration, is with us bloggers. Oh, the bloggers. Ooh, these bloggers. And he just kept saying that over and over and over again. These bloggers, again, like the media, was doing their due diligence and research on him, and they found out some very unsavory things about him. How many times was he going to say bloggers? I mean, again, I'll post his stupid Instagram video in the comments, but again, like I stated in my previous videos, we are spinning a false narrative on him. A false narrative. And we're just trying, and of course his usual thing is, we're all doing this for ratings and get our clicks and views up because he's a hot topic. He wants to be the hot topic. He wants to be seen. And again, as the stats of his church, he said he took a financial hit, this, that, and third. Again, correction, it's not a church. It's an event center. He needs to, do his parishioners right and just get a building. Okay. Then let's move on to the whole thing about him trying to, well, he said he was in talks with NYPD to turn the guy that shot someone on a subway platform. As far as NYPD is concerned, they're not sure of anything like that. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember if I remember that story. I think I do. He said he shot I thought it was on the train, but they said it was on the platform. I'm probably getting this and another story mixed up. And when he pulled up in his Rolls Royce and he looked decent, that's when, of course, the term the bling bling bishop was deemed. Well, when he did the live stream and he had all those jewelries and his background looked like crap, but he looked like, again, $1 million, yeah, of course they're going to nickname you the bling bling bishop. But moving on, there's another part of his commentary that I don't think is necessarily true. Okay, folks, moving on with his commentary. Now, you guys, of course, are familiar with one of his victims, not latest, but one of his victims, a Pauline Anderson, over a $90K lawsuit. Either it's $90K or $1,000. Well, anywho, again, he is being currently sued for pretty much stealing this woman's life savings, money that she couldn't afford to part with, for a failed attempt at running for Brooklyn Borough president. Now, what's interesting about this, or should I say not true, is that he claims that this lawsuit would be dismissed, or either a part of the lawsuit or the whole lawsuit has been dismissed. Now, we don't know where he got this information from or anything. Well, we haven't heard anything in regards to anything being dismissed. So that's a question to be left up in the air. All I know, as I was watching this pathetic Instagram live, one of his many Instagram videos, is that, of course, God is doing great things for him in his life, and we shall see. Yes, sir, we shall see. Next up, 𝐷𝐿 he was still upset over the situation with 𝐷𝐿, because the interview that he consented in doing, he expected 𝐷𝐿 to be, I don't know, empathetic to a situation. No, 𝐷𝐿 was sympathetic to the parishioners in that church / event center. Basically, in a nutshell, why should a man feel sorry for a robber who's robbing the church? And how he could afford millions of dollars when he can't even get a church for his followers and parishioners. I'm not quite exactly sure if he said that or not. I'm basically paraphrasing, but I was just getting off on the fact that this man wanted to fight him because he felt that he came at him with disrespect. Yes, sir, he came at you with disrespect because he is upset, like with the rest of us, that you're not doing right by your church. And what really irks me is how this man literally would take the Lord's name, the good Lord's name, in vain, while saying that he ain't no punk. Regurgitate on that. Regurgitate real quick on when he went on that Instagram live with Larry Reed and Genesis Warren, acting as if he's on the street talking to some nigga that he don't like. Well, you guys get what I'm saying. Moving on to more the cookie situation. He claims that why didn't the media any forms of the media at this point, I don't care, print the story of him giving away $25,000 outside of a Cookies uniform store. Now, he claims that it was a toy giveaway, but from what I heard, and shout out to a new YouTube channel that I pretty much got introduced through one of Jive's live stream, A Gift and a Curse. Yes, I probably will link her channel down in the description box. But in a nutshell, from what she's claiming, that wasn't no giveaway. That was $25,000 given away. No, from what I heard, basically, he had those people waiting for like over an hour. Very mean, arrogant. They keep stressing the word narcissist. Can't get the word out. Sorry. And it was just $100 gift card per family. Again, you guys think about that. $25 compared to $100 gift card. Google his good works, he claimed. Google all the good works that he is doing. But from what this being told out here on the streets, the person who manages this uniform store, well, he wasn't aware of any type of drive, which again, question mark. And it keeps going on. Oh, one of the points I also want to stress that the ring that you see him wearing, that's not one of the rings that was stolen during the so-called robbery. No, he had a whole bunch of bishop rings. Okay, fine. I'll give him that. No, folks. I don't know what else we can say about this guy. To me, again, he is a fraud, but he's claiming that his church / event center, Leaders of Tomorrow, is doing great things, and there's more great things to come. Well, there's something, unfortunately, that isn't great, because as of me doing this video, and I'm quite certain all of you heard this by now, but this man has the audacity now to file some type of lawsuit against Larry D. Reed and official King Jives, aka Demario Q Jives, for $20 million apiece. Yes, he is suing for $40 million. Okay, for defamation. I'll more than likely do a video on that, see if I can get any type of information. As I said, I'm quite sure you guys heard of that. That was the part that, well, that was one of the information while I was trying to do this video here that broke, I think was it last week. But I did mention, I'm sorry, I'm moving way ahead of myself. I did mention something that he said on this video that I absolutely was not the truth. Larry Reed and Genesis Warren laughing that a gun was pointed at his daughter's face during the so-called robbery. He said they stressed that they were laughing. His words, and I quote, "We weren't laughing, ha ha ha, but if it did, it's still funny, etc., ha ha ha." Something along those lines. But if you guys watched that video, he did that back and forth. Before he jumped in to stick his nose in it, they never said anything about, it was hysterical that a gun was pointed at an 8-month-old. When, again, the word on the curb is there was no guns being pointed at anyone's face, much less an 8-month-old. Again, I am exhausted talking about this so-called bishop. Any other information that I come across, or anything that was breaking, or anything I've personally come across, I will more than likely do it in another video. Other than that, I am checking out on this man here yet again. Stay tuned. There's more. I am a little on the exhausted side because, again, this man is a clout chaser. He wants to be famous, and he really wants to be somebody. Okay? So, folks, again, express your views, your comments respectfully down below. And I want us to pretty much, as usual, stay positive, stay healthy, but most importantly, I want us to be safe out here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.